This is where he belongs, says Charlie Smyth's kicking coach, Tadhg Leader. Charlie Smyth's journey from his initial American football kicking sessions in Dublin just over 2 years ago to being a starting kicker in the NFL is a fairy tale story. The Mayobridge man, a talented place kicker in Gaelic football for both Down and his home club, had nothing to lose when he contacted kicking coach Tadhg Leader in late 2023 and took part in those maiden practices. What followed was a series of events which may just make a Hollywood movie someday. Smyth was then selected for the International Player Pathway (IPP) program in January 2024, and after taking part in the Combine in Indianapolis, was signed by the New Orleans Saints in March. He had to patiently bide his time for over 18 months, but once given the opportunity, he took it with both hands, starting the last 6 games for the Saints and signing a 3-year contract. With the NFL season coming to a close, we spoke to Smyth's coach Tadhg Leader, and he says that whilst he is over the moon for Smyth, he wasn't surprised to see the success he has had. His performance over the last few weeks has been unreal, said Leader. For him to step into that arena and on that scale and produce consistently makes me extremely proud. I'm over the moon for him. But I would say that there is no sense of surprise. I think that this has been coming for over a year and a half. We had been talking about this and training for these moments whenever nobody was watching. I had a huge amount of confidence that when the bright lights hit him, he would be capable, and that's what he has done. I'm extremely proud that he's taken advantage of the opportunity, but as I tell him all the time, this is where he belongs. He has a big off-season ahead now to really cement himself as the guy who is going to do this for the next 5, 10, 15 years, and that's what I see in his future. Smyth has excelled in the role, converting 12 of 16 field goal attempts, 75%, with a long of 57 yards, all of his 13 extra point attempts, an onside kick, and a famous last gasp winner against rivals the Carolina Panthers. However, it wasn't all smooth sailing. Having waited 18 months behind Blake Group, the opportunity arose when the Saints decided to move on from their starting kicker in late November. But Smyth wasn't guaranteed the job. He had to battle it out and showcase his skills against 2 other kickers in training that week, but as Leader explains, he passed the test with flying colors. The week of his first game, it became obvious on the Monday morning that the Saints were going to move on from Blake Group. The question then was, are they going to hand the job to Charlie, or is he going to have to go and win it? And no surprise, he had to go and win it. That meant that he had to beat out one of the best kickers of all time, Justin Tucker, in a competition on Tuesday, then beat out another established kicker, Cade York, on the Thursday. That was huge. The Saints tested him before they put him into a real game, and he had to prove that he was the man for the job. That in itself was a big journey. That wasn't public, but it was important. I was on the phone to him before and after every session, talking through things with him. That meant when he was playing in an actual game, I had a huge sense of confidence in his abilities. I think he was ready long before this, to be honest. I believe that had this happened last season, he would have taken full advantage of it then as well. I think over his 18 months on the practice squad, he learned a lot around the football environment and what it means to be a player in the NFL, and what that looks like logistically from Monday through to Sunday. But I think his kicking was ready long before his first game. We talked about it together, and the biggest thing was just remaining patient and knowing that an opportunity was going to come. When he got that 56-yarder in his first game, it was justification for what we have been saying for years, that Irish lads can do this. Charlie has brought it to a new level, and he's inspiring many more others behind him now too. Smyth and Leader meeting changed each other's lives. Whilst the Galway man says he saw early potential in the Down goalkeeper way back in late 2023, he couldn't have predicted that Smyth would establish himself in the NFL so soon. Leader also paid tribute to Smyth's family for the role they played in helping him be successful. I definitely saw some potential, but did I think that he was going to be starting in the NFL within 2 years? No, I'd be lying if I said I knew that was in the future, said Leader. We set out to build a pathway to make it possible, but you need somebody to fulfill that journey to make it come true, and obviously that person was Charlie. We met each other at the perfect time. I was trying to build something and show that it could be done. I knew there were lads out there who could do this, and I just needed to find the right one. Along came Charlie, and he has done everything right on his end. Did I think the NFL would be possible this early? No, I did not, but I knew he had potential. It also can't be overstated how good his family have been on this journey. Julie, Leo, and his sisters have been brilliant. At the start, they were driving him to Dublin to train, not knowing what this was, but they placed trust in their son that he was onto something, and placed trust in myself that we can figure this out together. This would not be possible without their support, and they have gone above and beyond. The Saints finished the season strong, with 4 wins in their last 5 games, and the vibes are high around New Orleans for the future, mainly due to the form of their rookie quarterback Tyler Shaw. But Smyth has played his role in the locker room too, with leaders saying that the Irishman is very popular with the other players. His teammates love him, that's obvious from what people see publicly in the media and how they embrace him. I bet to see that more behind closed doors, and even in the city and the fan base, they have really taken to Charlie. How can't you root for him? He's such a likable, confident young man. He has no sense of ego or arrogance about him, but he's self-assured. Smyth is undoubtedly a trailblazer for Irish kickers, but don't expect him to be the last Irishman kicking in the NFL. Leader's Kicking Academy continues to open doors for aspiring American football stars, with many already making their mark in college football. Even locally, Smyth is not alone in forging a name for himself across the Atlantic. Mayobridge native Paddy McAteer has 2 seasons under his belt for the Troy University Trojans, whilst Abbey CBA's pupil Adam McCann Gibbs is heading stateside next year to play for the University of North Carolina. There are other lads from across Derry, Tyrone, Cork and Galway who are playing in college football, said Leader. Adam McCann Gibbs from Down has signed for UNC, University of North Carolina, and he's going to be making his debut on Irish soil at a sold-out Aveva Stadium in August. It has gone from being a fairy tale type story to something that is a reality, because you have lads all across Ireland who are doing it. Nowadays the kids in college get paid. They're on full scholarships and earning 6 figures. I don't think many people in Ireland know that just how big college football is in America. These guys' lives have changed drastically, and it has changed for their families too. My phone is blowing up now every day from some of the biggest schools in America, trying to sign Irish guys. You're going to see a lot of guys go to college in the US, and the cream of the crop will rise up to the NFL from there. If you asked me a year ago, I'd have said that was the dream. Now it's a guarantee, because we're seeing the Irish guys playing college football and dominating.